where there are separate loading and unloading areas. Another advantage is that the facility to extend the building on one or more of the three sides is possible. It's available. You can easily expand the warehouse. Let me show you the spaces. You can easily expand it this way, that way, and this way, as long as you leave this side duct. So it can find inlet bay operations, provide for better security control and easier surveillance or inspection. Because goods are received and issued on the same side, it's much easier for security, for monitoring and ensuring that everything is running smoothly. The main disadvantage is that the center area or this passageway may become congested. It's a time for high business. This space becomes congested, with the traffic. Some people are loading here, others are loading this way, and others are moving. So it becomes quite congested, and it can cause jam, depending on the machines that you have. But also the size matters. Now, the other type is the cross-through warehouse. As you see, cross-through is all about saying goods are entered. When goods are entered from one side, they come this side, and then they through. When they're being issued, they come through this way. In other words, first come, first serve, first out, first in, first out. Policy can work very easily here, such that it's like, as you heard the thing, cross flow is coming in across the floor. What does this mean entail? The flow in this type of layout is a one-way system flow from the other end of the racks. The front entry and dispatches use a common yard area, and the layout retains the benefits of the inverted T approach, of course. Stock management benefits from integrated bulk picking stock. Bulk and picking stock is integrated, but if bulk stocks are a large proportion of total stock, this may not be. This explanation is short, saying stock management benefits from integrated bulk and picking stock is integrated. The whole thing is the flow. As you hear it, there's however much you put in here, the
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Sorry, let's continue. Sorry, let's continue with the lecture. We're looking at the advantage, how, sorry. Okay. Yeah, we're saying the cross flow is simply as the picture illustrates. You load items from one side and then the dispatch from the other side. Goods coming here, the cross flow is in the sense that they cross the floor like this. The floor is the rectangle and the dispatch that way. And that is, for instance, if you have a LIFO method, FIFO method, first in, first out, this works appropriately for all types of goods you have. And the other type is the corner warehouse, where goods are stored in one particular corner. As you can see this aspect, the corner, the receiving bay is on one side, then the issuing base on one side, and the goods are kept in one corner. Here, this becomes the area where the movement takes place, or whatever. There's a very small corridor here, generally in one corner. This picture may not bring it out. They are more oriented to one side of the corner in the sense that they are more pushed to the corner. This corridor, this area, and here tends to be greater than it looks in the picture here. Sorry. Now, the corner warehouse flow illustrated, the incoming goods come in here and then they get out through here, and you can load from here some kind of cross flow, but they are more oriented towards one corner. The corner they're talking about is especially this, the inflow and outflow of goods. In other words, they're not on the side. Warehouse flow or layout, inward and outward flows are on adjacent but different sides of the building, as I indicated. As it's said here, you can see the outward and the receiving bay, and they're close together in one corner, but they're not on the same side. And that's what makes it the corner. This layout helps to reduce congestion of areas in times of high throughput, through output. Times of high activity, there's less congestion in the sense that, the goods coming in go from one corner and those flowing out, there's a clear bay, as you can see here. Once you bring in the goods, they're taken this side, and of course, there's kind of cross flow, then they're taken out from this side. And that makes it easier movement of equipment and personnel manning this. So the disadvantages of this corner layout, corner warehouse layout, and expansion is only possible on two sides without doors. The two sides that you can only expand this warehouse on this side and on the other side where there are no doors. This side where there's a door, it means there's a road here. And this side where the goods are flowing in, it means also there's a road here. Many times these warehouses are found in a corner, a junction where there's one road flowing this way and another one going this way. So you can only expand the building this side and where the other side where there are no doors. And more to that, more explained, saying, as the activities in the yard and within the store are not visible from a single vantage point, there are potential problems in security and surveillance. Since these doors are not on the same side of you cannot easily monitor what is going on, the inflow and outflow of goods, items, and the human beings. Then we have what we call through flow warehouse. Here you're going to see the doors are opposite each other. The entrance and the exit are opposite each other. It's like the other floor, but here the doors are different. The what we saw as number 2, cross flow. There's a cross flow, but the cross flow, the exit and the inlet on one side of the warehouse. Here, they exist on the opposite side, as you can see the arrows. Goods coming from one end, they flow through, and they are dispatched the other end. This has got implications, advantages, and disadvantages, as we shall see. The through flow warehouse layout for type, goods inward and outward on opposite sides of the building. All items must therefore travel through the full length of the store. The layout also requires separate goods in and dispatch management with dual yard access and doubles the internal bay areas. In other words, you have 2 areas for loading and offloading. Goods coming in, you need one bay and another one where the exiting from is another bay. The layout is useful where in and out vehicles requirement is different. In other words, when you need different kind of vehicles bringing in and those dispatching. They're saying the disadvantage include the limitation of future expansion. You cannot easily expand this kind of warehouse. Either there are only 2 sides available to expand it this way and this way, but where the doors exist, it means there are no spaces for expansion. Can we ask these questions later? I'm saying, oh yes, this lecture is for procurement, is for stores, warehousing and inventory management. I understand you shared this thing. You are misinformed that is for research. No, it's not for research. Those research we shall be meeting later. Okay. Sorry, what is happening? Now, what are the advantages of a good store layout? We've seen so many. A good store layout leads to increased output. There's work. It eases business and improves product flow. Whatever is storing there flows smoothly, and it reduces costs. We shall see each of these. It leads to improved service to customers. You can serve your customers better. It saves time, of course, since goods flow smoothly. And it leads to increase safety of both. Is very high. The factors that affect it also as many as we're going to see.
Recording in progress.
The size of the market being served. The size of the market refers to the customers still. The share, how many customers come to you may require you to have a bigger customer service. You may have customers who need a lot of services. They want to be served in different ways. And then the number of products to be marketed. Let's first list them and then see what each of these means. Customer service levels, we are saying as the service levels increase, the organization requires more space to provide space for higher inventory levels. And the size of the market, I think as this Storehouse, warehouse serves more markets. Markets refer to customers. Additional space is definitely required. And then the number of products to be marketed. If you have multiple products or multiple product grouping, especially if they are diverse, large warehouses, I mean, you need bigger warehouses if the product range is high. Okay, whatever you have. And then the demand. When the demand fluctuates randomly, if the demand for your products is fluctuating, you need a bigger store so that you can have buffer stock. In case the demand suddenly rises, you can be able to serve them. And that is about it for this lecture. As I told you, it was to be a short lecture, but we need to meet again, and tonight we can have two other short lectures and be done with this course. I know you've been few now, but I hope by 8:30 to be 8:35, we shall all be available for. Any questions, issues, or concerns? Hello? Are we okay? We are only 26 of us. I expected something like 80. Short tutorials again. I've only pointed out what I'm laying out. If you have any question, raise your hand and you pose it, and when we see. Okay, examples of customer service levels. A good question. Some customers, what they want, they can. Others will come and ask for sorting the goods, then repackaging them, then maybe you have to. The inspection, they require repackaging of the goods. Maybe we have what we call degraded items, like you bring a packet goods disassembled, and the customer wants them assembled before he takes them. Like you may go to buy a bed, you find it packed in a box, but the customer doesn't want to go to with a box, a package with the bed. Many items come process. Then if time allows, if you're still fresh enough, we can have stop it. If not, then the